Hello and welcome back to the We Are City channel, welcome back to our FC24 Manchester City career mode, and welcome back to the grand finale of Season 3. The end of an era, because this is the Champions League final, the final game of Season 3. We'll have the awards and the end of season roundup afterwards. But not only is this the end, the last game of Season 3, but also it's the end of Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola has decided to leave the club. The end of an era. The end of a long reign at Manchester City for 10 years. I'm just hoping these players step up and do their best for him in his final ever game as Manchester City man. And what better game to face one of his former clubs, Bayern Munich, in the Champions League final. Well, this is Thomas Tuchel's Bayern Munich side that have won 4 of their last 5. They've got an 89 attack, an 83 midfield, and 85 defence. On the bench is Baboucarr Kamara, ex-Villa man. Garnacho of Manchester United, Lookman, former Atalanta player, Vrancic, Nubel, Lawrence and Moname. And this is the starting 11 for Bayern today. Ex-Manchester City man, Ortega Moreno, the goalkeeper, starts there. New number 1 ahead of Manuel Neuer. And so it is a doggy on the left-hand side and Reece James on the right-hand side, 2 former Premier League fullbacks. Marc Cucurella is at centre-back alongside Matthijs de Ligt. That is something I think we can really get at. Konrad Laimer partners Joshua Kimmich in the midfield too. Marcos Llorente on the right, very defensive. Mikael Oyarzabal on the left. And it's captain Thomas Muller, still the captain of Bayern Munich, in behind. Harry Kane, who could have been a Manchester City player many years ago, he is up top for them. Tactical vision-wise, well, key defensive player is Konrad Laimer in the midfield. Key attacking player is Harry Kane. I mean, that Bayern team looks unbelievably good. Bayern's style is possession-based. Every player is comfortable on the ball. Once they win possession, they play short passes and rotate positions, looking for the gaps in behind and between the defenders. 100% concentration is needed to defend against them, with an exclamation mark there against Thomas Tuchel's side. When they lose possession, Bayern Munich press aggressively to win the ball back as quickly as possible. This approach demands a lot of stamina, and when not properly coordinated, can lead to them sacrificing their defensive shape. I mean, Marc Cucurella, if we had Haaland today, I'd be very confident. Haaland against Cucurella, but no Haaland, no Rodri for Manchester City, of course, because they're both out injured. Big players lost in the final. And then finally, offensive style, waiting for the moment to take the right run, find the right pass. Bayern Munich builds up patiently and never sacrifices team shape. They're comfortable in possession, but they have players who are ready to take on defenders in defensive duels, so they're happy in and out of possession. Let's just have a look at the stats of Bayern Munich, because surely it'll show who's the top in goals. Well, top in goals in the Champions League is Kane with 9 and 12, Oyarzabal with 3 as well. And top in assists, the most creative player on the side is Marcos Llorente, who's got 4 assists, but Harry Kane is the one to look out for. So this is Pep Guardiola's final ever starting 11 as a Manchester City manager in the Champions League final today. Andrew Carson, injured Rodri and Haaland miss out, as well as Oscar Bob Echivere, Maximo Peron and Valentin Barco. It's Akanji, Gohi, Yankuto on the bench, Matheus Nunes, Jan Musiala, former Bayern Munich, Grealish and Savio on the bench. Edison starts in goal with Diaz, Stones and Vardiol are back 3. Rico Lewis partners Martin Zubimendi, who comes in for the injured Rodri, in the midfield 2. Captain Kevin De Bruyne and Eze are in front, with Doku on the left, Phil Foden on the right, and Alvarez in for the injured Haaland through the middle. Final ever starting 11 named by Pep Guardiola. No Haaland, no Rodri. The spine of our team has been decimated by injuries. But this is the Champions League final. Everything is on this game. Well, 10 years at Manchester City, and it all comes to the end for Pep Guardiola today. The last dance is upon us, because it's the Champions League final. Manchester City and Bayern Munich. City wear the third kit here as they come out here to look to win that trophy. Bayern, a side that Pep Guardiola couldn't win the Champions League with, but he has done twice with Manchester City in 10 years, is maybe not the most amazing result. City versus Bayern. Champions League final. Guardiola's last game up against Thomas Tuchel. It's live. The Champions League final is upon us. It's tense. I think the emotion of this game might just get to us. We've got to be perfect today against Bayern, who will be great. Thomas Tuchel's side will be absolutely fantastic. Better than the one against Aleti, I thought. Much better. Eze, that's a late one by Laimer here. Within 3 minutes, Konrad Laimer gets the yellow card for a foul on Eze. That makes their midfield hopefully weaker. Vardiol. Can't run by Eze. Lovely run by Eze. Eze against Ortega. Save by Ortega. Call into action straight away, the German. Well, Bayern Munich number 1 now. What a career he has had, Stefan Ortega. Lewis, good play by Rico Lewis. Lewis gives it away in midfield there. A young man playing and starts the Champions League final. Llorente. Vardiol can't stop it, but he makes a late challenge there, Joshua Vardiol. Joshua Vardiol, I think he's going to get a yellow card for this one in Llorente. There's been 2 late challenges, one from Laimer. Yellow card for the Croatian Vardiol. Deserved, I'd say. One goes route one to Alvarez here. He's got De Bruyne to the side of him. Alvarez keeps going here. Julian Alvarez. Alvarez from a narrow angle here. Ortega makes the save behind for a corner. Reece James. Doku. Lovely win by Jeremy Doku into Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne turns here. De Bruyne still going. De Bruyne to Phil Foden. Into Alvarez. Back to Phil Foden here. Foden in the Champions League final. Phil Foden in the Champions League final. What a save by Stefan Ortega. Corner ball again. Big man in the box. Alvarez with the header to the far post. Ortega beaten. But so was the post. De Bruyne. Pressure's on them here. De Bruyne from range here. Ortega makes a big save. Another corner. Manchester City really tested their former teammate. Right to Doku. Jeremy Doku bends one to the far post. Where's Stones attacking that? I thought for a second there Stones was going to get his head on it, but he didn't do. And Jeremy Doku is away from Reece James the first time here. Doku. James chases Doku. Into Alvarez. Alvarez with a strike here. Over the bar by Julian Alvarez. Well, we've had chances, and if Bayern Munich score, clinicalness is the difference, because we've had chances here today. Chance after chance after chance. Chance here. Ruben Diaz gets it away. Doku out to De Bruyne. Good sliding challenge on De Bruyne. It's a big hefty challenge. Rico Lewis goes in for one himself here. Phil Foden. That's half-time, the Champions League final. 0-0 between Manchester City and Bayern Munich. It has been all Manchester City in my eyes. We've had our chances, but we haven't scored. Ball through to Kane again. Vardiol is there. Rico Lewis away to Alvarez. Counter perhaps on for City here. Here's Everton. Eze. He's chased by Reece James, who catches him brilliantly. Eze. Zubimendi. Rico Lewis. That's a late one by Harry Kane here, referee. And it could be, and it is a red card in the Champions League final for Harry Kane. Kane is off. Wow. Harry Kane sent off for a very late challenge here. But the whole idea for Bayern will be to hang on till extra time or so on. Lima wins it back for his side. Good pace. John Stones a late one here. Foul by John Stones. Well, Bayern Munich will be asking for a red card. I think it's a yellow card for Stones. Or no card for Stones. Chance for Bayern Munich, who do score. The 10 men of Bayern Munich have scored through Matthijs de Ligt. From a set piece, the ball comes in. We lost him. Zubimendi's lost him. And Matthijs de Ligt scores in the Champions League final. The 10 men of Bayern Munich lead Manchester City here. Here is Llorente. Marcus Llorente. Marcus Llorente cross in. Chance for Bayern again. What a poor header by a doggy. Roll that quickly to De Bruyne. City counter. The doggy. Kevin De Bruyne is still going here. De Bruyne. De Bruyne in towards Alvarez. Reece James is there. Back to Ortega. Bayern play their way out just. Marc Cucurella away. Into Eze, giving away. Reece James. Against Vardiol. James inside towards Garnacho. Alejandro Garnacho here, former Manchester United player. Chance for Garnacho! Good save from Edison. Back to Garnacho. And Bayern lead by 2-0 in the Champions League final. And it's Alejandro Garnacho. Off the bench. Saved by Edison. Straight back to him. And Garnacho makes it 2-0. The 10 men of Bayern Munich lead us by 2-0. And we're struggling. Garnacho again. Pulls it back. Garnacho in space again. Joshua Kimmich, good save by Edison. Back out to Llorente and away by Vardiol. City so lucky. Here's Jeremy Doku. Forward him. And behind towards Jeremy Doku. It's a nice ball. Doku back over top here. Eze's in. Eze! Oh, saved by Ortega. Eze has to score there. Corner ball. In by De Bruyne. Musiala attacks it back out to Kevin De Bruyne. Whip to the far post. Doku. Fold him. Fold him. Vardiol. Bayern Munich get it away. Fold him. Musiala. Yama Musiala. Musiala. Eze pulls one back for 2-1. Come on. Eze pulls one back for 2-1. Come on, City. Musiala into Eze. Good play by Yama Musiala. Pulls one back for Ebetrili Eze. And Eze scores in the Champions League final. Come on. 2-1. City back in this with 5 minutes to go. Here's Joshua Kimmich. De Bruyne across. De Bruyne can't stop him. Kimmich's past him. Kimmich into the box here. Saved by Ederson. Away by City. Counters on now. Doku. Eze. Eze for City. Eze. Into Jeremy Doku. What a ball. He's onside. Doku. Doku. Jeremy Doku. 2-2 Manchester City. Come on. Eze with assist and Doku with a goal. 2-2. Come on. Wow. 2-0 down to the 10-minute Bayern Munich. Harry Kane sent off. Bayern still scored 2. And in the 90th minute, plus added time, Eze plays in Doku, who takes his time. I thought he was going to miss this one. But he doesn't do. He beats Stefan Ortega, former teammate. Manchester City 2, Bayern Munich 2. Good finish by Jeremy Doku. An assist for Eze. Bayern Munich 2, Manchester City 2. Things are all level again now. Things are level again. And that is full time. 2-2 at the end of full time. We're going to extra time in the Champions League final. What a comeback from Manchester City, but we've got to keep it going here, and we can't continue to defend us so poorly. So on comes Manu Akanji in the Champions League final. Akanji isn't beaten by Varancic. Cross does come in though for Garnacho off the crossbar. Akanji. Musiala. De Bruyne. Into Manu Akanji. Here's Akanji off the bench for City. Manu. Akanji. Back to Alvarez, away by De Ligt. Taken down by Bayern Munich. Stones goes and wins it. Eze. To Jeremy Doku. Doku beats Reece James. Doku across to Alvarez. City take the lead in the Champions League final. 3-2 Manchester City. Julian Alvarez with the goal. What a goal. Important goal to say the least. Alvarez scores. Manchester City take the lead. What a bit of play. Mistake by Bayern. Won by Stones in the holding midfield role. Doku across to Alvarez. Alvarez into the back of the net. Manchester City 3. Bayern Munich 2. The 98th minute. His 4th Champions League campaign for Julian Alvarez. City in front. The dog here, Akanji breeds it and he keeps it in. Manu Akanji. And he's a counter Manchester City here through Yama Musiala. Here's Musiala for Manchester City. Yama Musiala. Musiala against Kamara against his former side. Yama Musiala. Musiala past Kamara. Musiala still and he runs into Matthijs de Ligt unfortunately. Vardy across. Can't block it. Garnacho away by Diaz. Down by Eze. Julian Alvarez for Manchester City. Bursts away for City. Alvarez. Holds it up well, Alvarez. Vardy back to Diaz. That is half-time and extra time. Manchester City 3-2 up thanks to Alvarez goal. But there's still time yet. We need to bring on some defensive players, I think. Triple half-time substitution for City. Eze comes off. Doku is off. And so is Rico Lewis. Mark Goyi onto the field for Manchester City. As well as Yan Couto. Yan Couto keeps his run going here. Here's Couto. Couto in. Cross to Musiala. De Ligt away. Pressing by City. Udogi. Sitting back. Garnacho. Udogi. Yan Couto tries to take out Udogi. Can't do. Udogi. Inside here. Chance for Varancic. Saved by Ederson. Good save by Ederson. Massive save by the goalkeeper there. Cross in. Headed by De Ligt again off the line by Yama Musiala. Chance of Bayern still. Back heel, Akanji away. Alvarez wide towards Matthijs Nunes. Will drive City forward here now. Matthijs Nunes under pressure. Keeps it in. Matthijs Nunes over the top to Kevin De Bruyne. Oh, De Bruyne is there. De Bruyne. Back into the box here to Yamal. Musiala. Back out to De Bruyne. Yan Couto. Look where Yan Couto's going here. Right to the corner flag and into Matthijs Nunes. Back to Yan Couto again. A doggy on him. 119 minutes on the clock now. Nunes again. Matthijs Nunes goes backward to Akanji. City go back along this back line here. Pulls off Reece James. Joshko Vardiol. Stones. Alvarez. Julian. Tackle the box here and Alvarez here. Chance of Bayern Munich to counter. Referee blows the full-time whistle. Manchester City 3. Bayern Munich 2 in the Champions League final. We win the Champions League. We come away on top in the Champions League. City do it. Quadruple in the final game of Pep Guardiola's reign in 10 years. Manchester City come out on top. The last dance is over for Pep Guardiola. His final game in charge of Manchester City. But after 10 years, he wins another Champions League trophy. 3 Champions League in 10 years, that's not too bad. What is that, 6, 7, 8 Premier League trophies in that time? 4 FA Cups, 5 Carabao Cups, if not more. Manchester City come out on top again. And there is the team going up towards the podium to lift the Champions League trophy with captain Kevin De Bruyne about to lift it. There come the side. Jamal Musiala steps up against his former side, Bayern Munich, lifts the Champions League trophy. There is the trophy with the blue and white ribbons on again. City struggled against PSG last season, knocked out in the quarterfinals, but this year, a bit more defensively solid at times. And captain Kevin De Bruyne steps up. Manchester City, Champions League winners again. Manchester City, quadruple winners. And Pep Guardiola signs off with a unprecedented and never done before quadruple in English football. Champions League, Premier League, FA Cup and Carabao Cup all in the same season. What a manager, what a season, incredible season. What Manchester City have achieved is unbelievable. What Pep Guardiola has achieved is unbelievable as well. City thought they let the emotion get to them 2-0 down against Bayern, but we came back, we showed all the fight in the world. And this Manchester City side are champions of Europe once again. Incredible, absolutely. Thank you, Pep. Thank you, Pep, for all you've achieved for this club. Performance-wise, man of the match in the Champions League final goes to Everton Eze with an 8.6 rating, a goal and assist. Doku also got a goal and assist with an 8.5 rating. Good performance by Eze. Again, on the biggest stage, he steps up. So the season is over. Pep Guardiola's reign at Manchester City is over after 10 years. So let's just recap everything that's happened in his final season, as we always do. After 38 Premier League games, Manchester City won the Premier League title with 32 wins, 1 draw, 5 losses, 121 goals scored, 46 conceded, plus goal difference of 75, 97 points, massively clear of second place Manchester United, third place Liverpool and fourth place Newcastle. Spurs, Villa and Brighton get into the Europa League places in 6th, 7th and 5th, of course. Manchester United had a bad season, really, finishing second that far. Arsenal and Chelsea down in 9th and 10th. Relegated was Brentford, Blackburn Rovers and Millwall. The FA Community Shield was won by Manchester City. 3-2 winners over Liverpool in the Community Shield final. The FA Cup winners were Manchester City. A 3-1 win over Arsenal in the final. The Carabao Cup was Manchester City. 2-1 winners over Liverpool in the final. And the winners of the Champions League were Manchester City. 3-2 winners over Bayern Munich in the final. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Europa League winners and other leagues was Arsenal, 3-0 win over Lazio. And Europa Conference League winners was Fiorentina, a 1-0 win over Wolfsburg. On the Premier League, Erling Haaland broke the goal scoring record with 41 goals in 31 appearances. Top goal scorer in the Premier League. And De Bruyne broke the assist record with 23 assists in 34 games. Onana came top in clean sheets. Nothing to see there, really. As we move on to not the FA Cup, not the Carabao Cup, but the Champions League top goal scorers. That's what we want to know, don't we? Champions League top goal scorers. Who got that? So in the UEFA Champions League, top goal scorer was, of course, Erling Haaland. Was it? No. Haaland with 10. Dan Yuma came top with 12 in 16 for Sporting. Surprising. De Bruyne top with 7 assists. Clean sheets top Sporting's Lisbon. So Sporting had a really good season. They did really well. If we have a look at the other leagues before we go into the player stats, I assume we see Sporting Lisbon top of their league. As for Championship, who's coming back up? Well, it's Crystal Palace, Leeds United promoted, either Southampton, Middlesbrough, Sheffield or Luton Town back to the Premier League. Ligue 1 was won by Paris Saint-Germain, clear winners there over Olympique Marseille. Bundesliga was won by Bayern Munich, got to the Champions League final, clear winners over Leipzig. The Serie A winners were Inter, outdoing Juventus by just 1 point on the final day. Roma, Jose Mourinho's Roma in third. The Eredivisie was won by PSV ahead of Ajax, quite a few points ahead. And the Portuguese League surely won by Sporting Lisbon. No, they came second, 3 points off Porto, but were so good in the Champions League, probably the standout performers. And finally, for La Liga, the winners Atletico Madrid. They beat off Barcelona and Real Madrid to get the top spot. Betis in the top 4 as well. Sevilla were very good in the Champions League, come 5th. Let's have a look now at the stats of the season of the players. So our 3 most used players this season were Kevin De Bruyne with 53 appearances, Ederson with 50, and Eze with also 50 appearances. We'll see who is top in the goals and so on. So top in goals was Erling Haaland with 61 goals in 47 games. 61 goals in 47 games, 12 assists. Alvarez got 32 in 45 with 13 assists. Eze 15 goals and 14 assists in 50 games. Kevin De Bruyne 34 assists this season, 13 goals in 53 games. Savio 11 goals and 9 assists in 38 games. On loan, Liam Delap got 10 goals and 2 assists in 26. Mateusz Nunes, 9 goals and 9 assists in 43 appearances. Oscar Bob, 9 goals and 3 assists in 35. McAtee got 9 goals and 6 assists at Fulham, but didn't really develop much. Musiala only played 16 games this season, but did get 16 games. But in that time, 7 goals and 5 assists. Pretty impressive. Jeremy Doku, 30 games this season, 10 assists and 6 goals. Rodri, 30 games only, 4 goals and 2 assists. Claudio Echeverri came in January, 13 games, 4 goals and 2 assists. Phil Foden, 28 games for the club this season, 3 goals and 13 assists. Jan Kuto, the young fullback, 32 games, 2 goals and 4 assists. Josh Gvardiol, 47 appearances for City, 2 goals and 2 assists. Jack Grealish got 10 assists, 2 goals in 43 appearances. John Stones, 41 appearances, 2 goals and no assists. Joel Ndala, 18 appearances, 2 goals and 3 assists. Manu Akanji, 48 appearances, 1 goal and 4 assists. Very underrated Akanji, 87 rated. Martin Zubimendi, 1 goal and 1 assist in 48 appearances. Rico Lewis made 49 appearances, 1 goal and 7 assists. Now 83 rated. Callum Doyle out on loan, 27 appearances, 1 goal and no assists. Ruben Diaz played 36 games for us, 1 goal and no assists. JL Katongo there, he played out on loan for the club. The players miss out due to no goals. Barco, 32 games, no goals, 2 assists for us this season. Mark Goy, 28 games, no goals, no assists. Delap and then Maximo Perron, 25 games this season. That's pretty good return, 1 assist. Joel Ndala played 18 games, 2 goals and 3 assists. Was very good for us as well. Andrew, 15 games, no goals, no assists. Only 15 games for him. And then we had Zeballos out on loan as well. He's grown to 79 rated. Jamal Baptiste grown to 71 rated out on loan. And Nico Riley, only 73 after a reasonably successful loan, only on 6 months at, of course, Valencia. Now, that is the player stats for the season. We now have to get into the end of season awards, the EA Sports Awards, and you guys, the fan voted awards. Let's see who all the winners are for an amazing Season 3. And a big thank you to Pep Guardiola. So it's the end of season awards time and some possible future news time. Starting off with the EAFC awards for season 3. Our most consistent rated award goes to Erling Haaland with a 7.6 rating through all his ratings throughout the season in all competitions. That's another award for Erling Haaland that he picks up. He's picked this award up all 3 seasons. And the same for the most man of match awards. This time Haaland gets 14 man of match awards from EAFC. That is again the most awards, again 3 in a row for Erling Haaland in terms of those 2 awards. Fantastic performance by him. And then on to the highest average rated award given by me, my man of matches, and it goes to Julian Alvarez, the second time he's won this award. Last year it was given to Eze. Eze was actually not far off in second place in this one, but an average rating of 9.1. Julian Alvarez wins our EAFC rating award, which is great to see. 3 players again, or 2 players shining again. Eze got them last season, but it seems to be Alvarez and Haaland our most consistent players. And now there is a bit of breaking news because Manchester City, apparently club insiders are saying that City have picked Roberto De Zerbi as top man to replace Pep Guardiola. They've been in contract with Pep Guardiola. Guardiola's obviously had a deciding factor as well in this. And Pep has said, Roberto De Zerbi, bring him in as my replacement. So Manchester City have picked Roberto De Zerbi as their top pick. Now, it doesn't mean De Zerbi will come in because De Zerbi might say no. Ange Postecoglou, Mikel, we've got other managers on the list as well. Xabi Alonso, Vincent Kompany, and other managers like that. But Roberto De Zerbi is top pick for Manchester City. City will go into talks with De Zerbi and Brighton as bringing the Italian into the next Manchester City manager. And season 4 could be a new era, the De Zerbi era. Now into the player ratings and the player awards for the end of the season that you guys voted for, the fan voted ones. Of course, if you're watching the members section, the early videos, those votes won't be in yet, so you won't get that. But guys, if you're watching on the main channel, which I assume most of you are, let's get into the end of season fan voted awards from you guys. So here are your 3 winners for the fan-voted awards of the season, starting off with the underrated player of the season. In the vote, you could have picked goalkeeper Ederson, who got 50 appearances this season, 1 assist, no goals. Martin Zubimendi, 48 appearances, 1 goal and 1 assist. Or Manu Akanji, in 48 appearances, 1 goal and 1 assist. But you guys picked with 43 appearances, our underrated player of the season, 9 goals and 9 assists. 57% of you guys voted in favour of Portuguese midfielder Mateusz Nunes as our underrated player of the season. Congratulations to him. What a season he had. The midfield powerhouse did fantastically for us. As for the young player of the season, you had a choice of Savio with 38 appearances, 11 goals and 9 assists. Oscar Bob, 35 appearances, 9 goals and 3 assists. Claudio Echeverri, 13 appearances, signed in January, got 4 goals and 2 assists. Or Rico Lewis with 7 assists and 1 goal in 49 appearances. But you guys went with Savio with the 11 goals and 9 assists in 38 appearances. The Brazilian, really exciting player, and he wins our Young Player of the Season off that right-hand side. And then finally, Player of the Season, and it's that man again, Erling Haaland, picking up the award. He came up against Julian Alvarez with 14 assists and 32 goals in 45 appearances. Eze, who got in 50 appearances, 14 goals and 13 assists. Kevin De Bruyne, 53 appearances, 35 goals and 14 assists. But it was the big Norwegian Erling Haaland who scored 61 goals, I believe. He scored 61 goals in 47 appearances, 12 assists as well in that time. He won with 58% of the vote. Savio, by the way, the young player, won with 64% of the vote. Very popular. And that ends the awards for this season. However, this episode is not quite over just yet. There's one thing I want you guys to enjoy. There's one thing I want you guys to see before next time. It is the departure of Pep Guardiola.